Sing me a song of a lass that is gone.
Hello and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Kaylee and this video is a video series or a playlist basically of the amazing book Go Tell the Bees That I Am Gone, written by Diana Gabaldon. Now if you're not up to chapter 25 of this book, which I will be very shocked if you're not already and you haven't sped past me already, then probably don't watch this video. But if you have read this chapter or you are okay with spoilers, then welcome. Let's talk all about it. Now, this book, I definitely did not think about this when I said we were going to do every single chapter as a review video or a standalone video. I'm pretty dedicated to this cause, but I know a lot of people are like, Kaylee, this is going to take forever. I know myself that I'm thinking this is going to take forever. So I'm going to start uploading multiple videos a day. I will continue to do them as a chapter by chapter basis, even though some of them are most certainly going to be a couple of minutes long. But that's the way we started this series, and it's the way I really want to end it. Well, not end it, but continue it. 155 chapters in this book, and we're up to video or chapter 25. We've got a long way to go. My ultimate goal is to have this entire series finished by the time finished here on our YouTube channel by the time season 6 airs in March. So we've got another month basically to try and get through this. So bear with me as we catch up on what has happened and what happened in chapter 25. So chapter 25 was titled Voulez-Vous Couched Avec Moi? I should know how to pronounce that. I don't. I mean, we've all heard the song, but I'm sorry if I've absolutely butchered that. I'm just so tongue-tied today that I've been practicing for 20 minutes to say that line, and I've given up. We know what the chapter is titled. That's what it is. Now, it is set at the big house, and the opening sequence of the chapter is Bree and Claire butchering up a pig that has been killed and brought in to be cut up and, set aside for meats and skins for shoes and things like that. So whilst they're dissecting the pig and cutting him up, they realise that they need a kettle to store lard or to help make the lard. I'm not really sure about this aspect of it, but Bree is dispatched to go and borrow a kettle from a neighbouring house. I love how during this, though, Jermaine has sort of popped into the room, by the way, and Bree's like, well, what should we offer in return for being able to borrow the kettle? And Jermaine straight away pops up with, no, you do not offer something like a leg of ham for borrowing a kettle. People know that you will return the favour. It's totally fine. And I love how Bree was like, oh, wow, yeah, good point. So we have been gone for a fair amount of time. But I love that Jermaine was the reasoning voice of, no, you don't give away a leg of ham just to borrow a kettle. Like, come on. I love that he really is he's growing up very fast in this whole situation. I love it. I love Jermaine. He's so adorable, and every time he comes into a scene, I fall in love. Now, of course, Jermaine knows how to dissect or cut up meat and things like that, but whilst Claire is cutting up the pig or the boar, whatever you want to call it, Jermaine is there watching, and Claire is sort of saying, this is how you do it. Jermaine does make reference to say, well, I know how to do that. But Claire goes, well, no, you need to know that if you cut up this section and the skin and that, you've got to cut it into sections that make things easier for it to be turned into, for example, shoes or whatever else. Again, another lesson from Claire to one of the grandkids, which is I love seeing these. I love seeing these little life lessons that, each child is sort of getting. They're all getting parts of Claire's knowledge, and I absolutely love it. It's so nice to see them having that family dynamic. I love it. Now, it's during this little conversation, this little scene with Jermaine and Claire, that Jermaine actually asks Claire, does she know what Voulez-Vous Couched Avec Moi, means? And, Claire is sort of like, well, yeah, I do know what that means. How has that come up in conversation with you? And who has said that to you? Now, obviously, they get a little bit flustered because if you don't know what that actually means, then you might be a little shocked to find out it means, do you want to sleep with me in French? Now, obviously, Claire, like I said, was a bit thrown back of, well, who's actually saying that to you, Jermaine? And he comes out with, well, it was Fanny that said it to him when, during this sort of conversation, she grabbed him. Now, I don't know if this is going to lead up to something later on, or if it's branching back to when Fanny thought that, you know, she was in a bit of strife and might become a whore, or, you know, it's just a bit of like, is this a continuation of that, or is it just kids being kids? It was just, I don't know, the oddness of it coming in, and for it to be an entire chapter, I thought to myself, this is giving me a stepping stone for something that's coming, but I just can't see it yet. So that I found really interesting, but also a bit worrying, because it's like, oh, what's coming? What can be stepped up from this? What can this be used for later on? So that is it. This chapter was very, very short in audiobook time. It was about 8 minutes long, and I think only a handful of pages. But I'm, like I said earlier, going to be absolutely smashing out chapter review videos. So if you have clicked on this video in the playlist series, just let it keep rolling, because the next one is most certainly going to be very, very shortly uploaded. It might already be there. You might be able to just click straight into it and let it keep playing. I hope everyone is having a great day, and thank you so much to those who have subscribed and comment down below and interact in our little community here. It means the absolute world to me, so thank you very much. I will see you very shortly for the very next chapter. Have a great day. Bye.
Sing me a song of a lass that is gone.